So I want to drive a car, is said by Mukesh. And when the writer meets this boy, Mukesh, who belongs to a town where Bengal making is prominent. And what is the town? Firozabad. And it is known for Bengal making. So this boy is actually a deviation. This boy is a deviation. We will come to know after going through the chapter that most of the people of his community think conventionally. They don't want to change their occupation, their profession. They are happy, or even though not happy, they are bound to, compelled to only do the work of Bengal making, and they cannot think out of the box. There are a lot of reasons. We will be going through it. What are the reasons that compels them to remain in the vicious circle? But this boy showed some dare. This boy showed some dare, some guts, and he at least, though we are not sure, and the writer is also not sure whether his dream will be fulfilled or not, but this boy showed some promise or some kind of a thinking dream. Okay, thinking dream, take it, which is a little different from other people of his community. So this boy, when the writer meets for the first time, wants to know what he aspires to, what he longs for. He says that I want to drive a car, and that is to he wants to be a master of his own. That means he wants to actually own a car perhaps, and he wants to be a driver of that. And then when the writer asks him whether he knows how to drive a car, when she asked the boy whether he knows how to drive a car, he said no, he doesn't know anything of car. He doesn't know the ABC of a car. That means yes, Mukesh is saying that he doesn't know anything about a car, but he will learn. He would learn. And after little conversation, this boy Mukesh leads the writer to his new home, which is being built. And ये जो पिक्चर में बनाया, the picture I have drawn is a better one. His house was not like this. It was a kind of a hovel. Hovels means small hutments huts with a single room, and the description is given in detail, without windows. And there was a wobbly door. Wobbly door means the door that was loose from its hinges, and it was just hanging. Wobbly door, and it was a dark room. Dingy cell. Dingy means it is full of darkness, full of dirt, with a humid atmosphere. So that's an unclean, dirty room. But Mukesh was happy because he has invited someone to show his newly built house. That is important, newly. So Mukesh thinks that because they are able to make their own shelter, a new house, that should be shown to others. That is something to show. Okay, that is something to show. However, Anish Jung goes to his place, his hovel, and what she sees there is described in detail. The people there lived in a single room, even with their animals. They may have dogs, cats, whatever be the animals. So in the single room, a single room wala kamra tha, in the single room, the Bengal makers live with their whole family, entire family, and also animals. Like in a primeval state. Primeval means prehistoric age. As long before men used to live in a single hut or in caves, when they used to roam around the forest in pre-stone eras. Okay, that was the situation. So they are living in that condition, in that pathetic situation. And there is a description of this house. In the house, you will see. In the single room, on one side there are some grass thatched, that means partially built, adha cover hai, and in a corner there was a fireplace, and in that fireplace some spinach was sizzling, that means hot spinach, and some vegetables are caught and kept on a platter, thali, platter में vegetables है, and a woman. Who was that woman? The woman was actually Mukesh elder brother's wife, means Bhabi. This is Mukesh. Suppose this is Mukesh He has elder brother, and then his wife. So these three people you will come to know here. Three people. There is also description of other people in the chapter. So who are the people? Mukesh. This one is Mukesh, and this is Mukesh elder brother, and this is Mukesh wife, and moreover there is an old man who is Mukesh's father. Okay, and there is in the next paragraph you will see that there is also Mukesh's grandmother. Okay, so how many generations you come across? Mukesh, the young generation, the fresh generation, and then his parent, his father, and then his grandmother. And her grandmother says something about their work, what kind of work they are doing, and what is their view about this kind of work. And that part perhaps we haven't covered yet. We will be reading this one. So after meeting Mukesh's grandmother, the writer Anish Jan meets Mukesh's grandmother and asks why do they do this kind of work and why don't they change other things. So her view is very conventional. Which view is? She says, grandmother says that it is in their fate. It is in their fate. They are born to do this work from generation to generation. They have got this work in a parental lineage. Parental lineage means their ancestor used to do this work, and so they will be doing this. Okay, and she also doesn't want to change whatever has been they have whatever they have got as a legacy from their ancestor. And she is also, you can say, a little conservative in the sense that she supposes that because they belong to Bengal making caste, changing profession would or might change their caste as well. You cannot call her casteist. She is not casteist, but she supports the system of caste and the division in the society. Okay, so she says that she has got it in a parental lineage. Okay, she has got it as a parental lineage. It is their karma, that means fate, which they cannot change. And again, she believes in the caste system. She thinks that changing their profession may change their caste or they may lose their caste. So every caste has been made by God for a particular purpose, because she is a old woman and she is thinking in an old way, not as Mukesh who is thinking of driving or owning a car. So there is a difference. So parental lineage is there, karma, caste, all these things are mentioned by grandmother, and this question is sometimes asked. What was the view of Mukesh's grandmother about their profession? ये चीज़ लिखना है. And Mukesh's father, there is no more description, but another description is there. ये जो grandmother है, that means grandmother का husband, that is Mukesh's grandfather, he had also lost his eyesight due to polishing of glass, the dust coming out of the polished glass while polishing, that damaged his eyesight. So it is not mentioned whether he is alive or dead, but anyway he had also lost his eyesight in Bengal making industry. So this is the pathetic stage. We come across three generations: the Mukesh's elder brother and elder brother's wife, that is sister-in-law, and then Mukesh's father, Mukesh's grandmother and grandfather. Grandfather is perhaps dead, or anyway he has lost his eyesight. This is an important lineage mentioned, and there is a deviation, there is a change which the narrator mentions later. That is, this boy showing some guts, some dare to break this chain, this vicious circle. Only shows some dare, but the narrator is not sure whether he will be able to break this chain or not. Would he be able to change his profession or not? Another thing mentioned which was taught in my last class, that was the health hazard related to the profession of Bengal making. Can you say what is the health hazard related with this profession? What is the health hazard? जो health की परेशानी है, that is loss of eyesight. That is loss of eyesight, because their eyes are adjusted to working in dark cells, in a small cell, or there is no proper sunlight, and they closely look at the fire, or you can say the lamps. Take it, lamps, all these things. They closely look at it. After looking at fire for a prolonged time, it may damage your inner part of your eyes, because our eyes doesn't sense temperature. Our eyes can sense light, but it cannot sense temperature. So if you expose your eyes for quite long time to heat, it may get damaged. Light also damages, because light is also ultimately focused into the backside of our eye. I don't know what is called in biology. The person where we perceive images, there is reflected, no, and that the light is converged there. So exposure to light for quite long time would definitely damage. And what is the problem with that? If the people there started their works at a later age, 30, 40, that was not a matter. After working 20, 25 years, if they lose eyesight, they will be well living for 50, 60, no matter. But the problem is that there is child labor. Children have not reached or not passed the age of 14, which is illegal, and they are compelled to work before 14. And if they start working in that situation with that health hazard before age of 14, and if their eyes are exposed to 20 or 30 years and they lose their eyesight, so they will be almost blind at the age of 45 or 50. That is the health hazard associated, because they are working from very childhood, and eyesight is lost after working in the dark cell. So these two health hazards have been mentioned. This is also asked in the examination, what are the health hazards related to Bengal making. Okay, of course there is a health hazard in scrounging, rag picking also, but that part is not mentioned. Scrounging is also not a you can say a healthy job. When you pick garbages, you are picking darts or microbes, microorganisms which may be harmful to you. If you inhale, either you inhale, or either you get them through your hands, palms, and you consume them. Both are detrimental. So both the actually professor mentioned in both the stories are actually hazardous. But in the first chapter, first part of the chapter, she has not mentioned the health hazard part. But actually, all the poor people are exposed to this kind of hazards, and to support their livelihood, they do things which is not good for their health. So these two parts have been covered, and leaving these 6 people, there is a description of another 2 persons. One is a girl who is also perhaps a child, or child labor you can say. Her name is सविता. मेंशन है चैप्टर में, पढ़ो सविता. एंड उसके साथ और एक वुमन है, ओल्ड वुमन. देयर इज एन ओल्ड वुमन, उसका भी मेंशन है. एंड व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट हियर इज दैट नथिंग चेंजेस एज ए चाइल्ड लेबर. सविता would attain nothing. Even the work she is doing, she is actually making colorful bangles. She is making colorful bangles. There you are mentioned rainbow. Rainbow is the top of the page. Rainbow. They are making colorful bangles like rainbow. That means they are actually making the lives of other colorful, but their life, their own life is full of darkness or devoid of any color. दूसरों के जिंदगी में रंगत लाने वाले खुद के जिंदगी में से रंग उड़ा हुआ है, लाइक दैट. भाई वही है. तो ये सविता एक्चुअली शी इज ऑल्सो मेकिंग बैंगल्स. एंड अनदर थिंग इन मेंशन हियर अबाउट सविता, बिकॉज शी इज ए चाइल्ड लेबर, शी इज मेकिंग बैंगल्स which symbolizes suhag. The word suhag has been mentioned here. Suhag, that means the auspiciousness in married life or conjugal life. Auspiciousness. It's auspicious, suhag. But this girl, does she know anything about this suhag? She even doesn't know what marriage is and what happens after marriage. Okay, but she will be working. She will be making suhag or making bangles for other, and a day will come when she would be she would become a suhag, or she would be married, a veil would be covered over her head, and some bangles would be put into her wrist, and she would suddenly take new responsibility. But what after taking the new responsibility? New responsibility कर लेने के बाद की तकदीर बदल जाएगा? No, it's not like that. The writer gives example of the old woman who is sitting beside Savita. She is an old woman, and she might have also worked from her childhood in Bengal industry. That is easily guessable, and that's pertinent in this situation. And this old woman, she says she had been working for quite a long time in this Bengal making industry, and in Hindi it is written. What does she say? एक वक्त शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. That means it is not that she is working working in a hungry situation. That means she has never got or never consumed a belly full of meal. Or okay, एक वक्त शेर, एक शेर means full plate. You can say she was eating half plate or like that, but she hasn't got a full plate meal. That means she is partially starving. And there is another mention. His husband, whose husband? The old woman's husband, who has a long, you can say, flowing beard, लंबा दाढ़ी वाला, उसका husband की बात है. And what he says? He says, I have built a house. बच्चे को क्या पढ़ाया doesn't matter. कितना पढ़ाया? Actually, he doesn't mention clearly how much he was able to educate his child. Only he was able to do was a roof over his head. So after listening to this man, this old woman's husband, there is an exclamation mark given in by the writer Nish Jung. बोलते हैं कि as if he is saying it so proudly, so happily, as if वो पहला आदमी है, he is the first person on this world who has actually ever made a house for his own. वो बोलता है ये मेरा अचीवमेंट है कि मैं घर बना लिया एक ठो. वो भी घर नहीं है, वो भी सिंगल रूम वाला घर होगा. दैट मीन्स ही हैज मेड ए न्यू रूम. जो उसका मतलब पेरेंट्स दिए थे या उसके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स दिए थे, वो घर तोड़ के या टूटने के बाद ही हैज मेड ए न्यू हाउस. तो लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट के बाद ही हैज बिकम ए ओल्ड मैन. ये ओल्ड वुमेन है, दे आर मेकिंग बेंगल्स, एंड द ओनली अचीवमेंट दे हैव गॉट सो फार इज दे हैव बीन एबल टू मेक ए बिल्ड ए स्मॉल हाउस. सो ये पीपल के बारे में बात आएगी. सो यू शुड बी able to write about these people. They may ask about Mukesh's elder brother's wife. Okay, and yes, here also that this girl is perhaps married early. लिखा है कि ये earliest से ही responsibility ले रही है. तो child marriage भी कहीं ना कहीं है. It's hidden, latent, but it is prevalent there. Child marriage is there. तो इनका जितना उम्र है, ये लिखा है कि ये मुकेश one man and Mukesh's father and his husband. She is in charge of 3 men. ये 3 men को संभाल रही हैं. कौन? ये मुकेश की भाभी. So at her age it is a grand responsibility. So child marriage is prevalent there maybe. And are you able to see the blackboard properly उधर उस तरफ से? Okay. Child marriage is prevalent, and here there is child marriage there is one who is working hard yet not realizing what a marriage is. And this woman, old woman, has worked her entire life and एक शेर कभी खाना नहीं खाया. And this man could do nothing except he rebuilt or built a small house in his life. So after looking at this pathetic situation or the pathetic poverty, a question rises in the mind of the writer. पूछते हैं कि why don't you make cooperatives? कोऑपरेटिव क्यों बनाने लेते हैं? वाई डोंट यू मेक कोऑपरेटिव? बिकॉज नॉर्मल बेंगल मेकिंग एंड सेलिंग बाय देमसेल्व्स लेडन ऑन ए कार्ट एंड फेरिंग देम इन दिस स्मॉल टाउन्स. ओके, सेंटी टाउन्स. व्हाट आर सेंटी टाउन? सेंटी मीन्स वही इम्प्रॉपरली बिल्ट टाउन जिसमें घर यहाँ वहाँ बिखरे हुए हैं. सेंटी टाउन यहाँ बेचते हैं. तो इसमें क्या होता है? दे आर नॉट गेटिंग एनो प्रॉफिट. So the writer asks, why don't you make a cooperative? Cooperative क्यों मतलब you will make a association और किसी एक आदमी will dealing in all these things and he will be there your marketing in charge and you will get enough money. Your product, your produce or production will be sold outside. You will become rich. You will earn more money. You will become richer. But the problem, what is there is that they are all caught in a vicious circle. Vicious circle of middlemen. ये पूछेगा why can't they choose different job? Vicious circle. What is the meaning of vicious circle? A circle from where you can only enter but cannot come out. So this is a vicious circle of middlemen. Vicious means, you know, Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, Abhimanyu was surrounded with a circle. What is that? Chakravyuha. It is like a Chakravyuha. There is no end. No end. You will be revolving around and around, but you cannot come out. It's like a vicious circle of middlemen. How is it? Because someone's parent might have brought money, borrowed money from a middleman, and he might not have been able to repay it. Then his son would be doing the same work to repay it, and he might have taken some money from it. And if this process continues, nobody would be out of the circle. Everyone would become a bonded labor, and then be working for things they are not responsible for, because his parent or her parent might have brought money from this middleman. And unless you repay the money completely, he would not let you choose any other job. And it was prevalent in pre-independent India. And after independence, this is completely banned and prohibited. Still, it's prevalent in some form. Okay, so middlemen, if you don't obey this middleman and openly say that it's illegal, and if you move to the policeman, still there is no rescue. Why? Because there is a nexus between these people, middlemen and policemen. And this policeman would though realize and know that it's illegal, this bonded labor is illegal, but due to this nexus, he will say that working in Bengal factory by children is also illegal due to child labor, or you have encroached some area in this town. This is not your land, and they will frame different cases upon the people, upon the Bengal makers. दूसरा केस बना देगा. Then again they will be caught. So these people will actually howl. एक word लिखा है howl. Howl means घसीट के लेना. They will howl him, howl them, beat them, मारेंगे पुलिस, घसीट के लेंगे, पीटेंगे, and they will frame some charges upon them. Saying that this work or that work illegal, or your house or residence built illegally, कुछ ना कुछ केसेस डाल देंगे. So they actually fear these people, and they don't want to put themselves into this trouble, this nexus. And when upon asking them why don't anybody lead them, whoever is a learned man, तो यहाँ पर आंसर आता है कि like themselves, their parents are also tired. काम करने में फुर्सत किसको है? They are also tired, and then they don't have this type of experience or expertise to lead them. Leader में actually naturally inborn leader कोई है नहीं, but they actually to relieve themselves. लेकिन परेशानी है. They know they are actually apathy of the people, their poverty, all these things they realize, but as a defense mechanism to relieve themselves, to distress them, they only engage in spiral talks. वही बात, फुर्सत मिलेगा तो गाली देते रहेंगे बैठ के, but there is no way out. गाली देंगे, ये मेरा पैसा खा गया, वो खा गया, पुलिस ने इसको मार दिया, वो कर दिया, but they will be talking about all these things in a spiral talk. वही बात, फुर्सत मिल जाएगा तो, but only they will be, that talk will be only talks, but they won't file a case or they won't do something different to get out of this vicious circle. ये जो vicious circle है उससे बचने के लिए और कुछ करेंगे नहीं, only spiral talk में वो गाली देंगे. किसको गाली देंगे? मिडिलमैन, पुलिसमैन. तो थोड़ा बहुत ग्रीड भी है उनका, वो सब लिखा है बुक में. सो दीज आर दी सिचुएशन. Then writer starts giving her view in the last paragraph. Listening to them, I see two distinct worlds. One of the family caught in a web of poverty. Okay, web of poverty, burdened by the stigma of caste. इसके ऊपर और क्या है? एक तो ये परेशानी है, दैट इज ये नहीं जानते, stigma of caste, web of poverty. That means this is a taboo. This is a taboo. समझ में आ रहा है? आर यू लिसनिंग हियर? दिस इज ए टाबू. तो ये जो फाइट होगा, एक्चुअली दो तरह का फाइट होगा. वन इज टू एलिमिनेट दिस काइंड ऑफ टाबू, दिस काइंड ऑफ सुपरस्टिशन. हाँ, समथिंग स्टेरियोटाइप थिंकिंग, समथिंग स्टिग्मा, मतलब किसी के ऊपर धब्बा जो रहता है सोसाइटी में, कल्चर में, ट्रेडिशन में. whichever tradition culture is unhealthy, that may be said as taboo. It is a social taboo, a stigma. It's a synonymous. ये taboo है, stigma है सोसाइटी, और धब्बा है, ब्लेमिश है. So इसको पहले हटाना है, नंबर वन. And again the next fight will be economic one. इनको इकोनॉमिकली स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना होगा, इकोनॉमिकली स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना होगा. बट इसके लिए कौन जिम्मेदार होगा? ये तो पहले खुद के लिए लड़ाई लड़ना है. दिस फाइट इज विद देमसेल्व्स ओनली. दिस फाइट इज विद देमसेल्व्स ओनली बिकॉज दे कैन ओनली एबॉलिश दिस थिंग्स. बिकॉज उनका जो माइंड है, जो स्टेरियोटाइप मेंटालिटी कि वी आर अ विक्टिम, वी आर बोर्न इन दिस कास्ट एंड वी विल बी डूइंग दिस वर्क ओनली एंड वी कैन नॉट चेंज आवर फेट. दिस इज टू बी एलिमिनेटेड बाय देमसेल्व्स. But other thing, making them economically strong, strengthening themselves, empowering themselves, that rests with whom? Policeman. Strengthen करेगा, कहीं गलती हो रहा है तो उनको सपोर्ट देगा. ओके नहीं, मतलब they are also linked. ओके, पुलिसमैन इज लिंक्ड बिकॉज अगर ये पैसा अगर ये मिडिलमैन से ले रहा है और उनको जो पेमेंट मिला चाहिए वो नहीं मिल रहा है, तो हाँ थोड़ा बहुत रोल पुलिस का भी है कि वो सही रेट पार है कि नहीं पार है. तो थोड़ा बहुत रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पुलिसमैन का, बिकॉज पुलिसमैन इज नॉट समवन हु वुड हेल्प देम टू एलिमिनेट द स्टिग्मा ऑफ कास्ट. थोड़ा बहुत इसका जिम्मेदारी है. एंड नॉट ओनली दैट, पुलिसमैन, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, ऑफिसर्स, जो लेबर डिपार्टमेंट का होता है, ऑफिसर्स, लेबर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफिसर्स एंड अदर दोज सोशल एक्सटेंशन ऑफिसर्स, और भी जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट वगैरह में काम करते हैं, ये सबको देखना चाहिए ब्यूरोक्रेट. बट दे आर ऑल्सो केयरलेस, दे डोंट फील द पेन एंड पिंच. एंड द लॉ मेकर्स, और किसको जिम्मेदार ठहराती हैं? द लॉ मेकर्स. सो दीज पीपल, पुलिसमैन, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, लॉ मेकर्स, all can help these people, but they seem to be not concerned with this pathetic situation of these people. उल्टा मैंने क्या किया? ये together they have imposed the baggage on the child that he cannot put down. थोड़ा प्रिंटिंग में अलग अलग पेज में अलग अलग है, थोड़ा दिस इज ए डिफरेंट वर्जन ऑफ द बुक, बट यू विल फाइंड परहैप्स कुछ बुक में इन नेक्स्ट पेज यू विल फाइंड. ओके, तो ये है this one here only. So we have old version of the books, old prints. Okay, so these people who should be helping these Bengal makers have actually shed away from their duty, their obligation, and they have actually become a burden upon them. अपना ड्यूटी नहीं किया. पुलिसमैन जो who should protect them is actually yes, moving away from their duty obligation. Bureaucrats are actually not concerned, and lawmakers have not done something that would help their position. So they have rather become burden, and in fact the policeman is part of this vicious circle, and policeman is the part of the vicious circle. तो ये इनका जो nexus है, and this क्या not only nexus and their connection and their illegal way of becoming a part of this torture operation, that is actually a burden. And till these people remain like that, nothing can change. Policeman ब्यूरोक्रेट्स ऑफिसर। ब्यूरो मतलब ब्यूरो का मतलब मीन्स एक्चुअली ब्यूरो मीन्स रूम। ब्यूरो मीन्स रूम। अगर जो वर्ड का तुम जाओगे, ब्यूरो मीन्स रूम, ब्यूरो मीन्स रूम। तो ये ऑफिस में बैठने वाला, रूम में बैठने वाला, उसको ऑफिसर्स को ब्यूरोक्रेट्स बोलते हैं। तो ऑफिसर्स, कंसर्न ऑफिसर, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स। नो, policeman only is an officer of only one bureau. Policeman is only one bureau, but policeman is not the only bureau who can help. और no, आता है, बट पुलिसमैन का रोल यहाँ पर अलग है। ये एक्चुअली इन्हीं के मिडिल मैन के साथ मिले हुए हैं। उसके अलावा भी और ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैं, जैसे मैं बोला ना, सोशल एक्सटेंशन ऑफिसर जो होते हैं, सोशल डेवलपमेंट करते हैं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट डिपार्टमेंट है, और जो लेबर ऑफिसर्स हैं, ये सबका भी काम है, वो भी तो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स में आएंगे। तो वहाँ इसका मेंशन होगा। यस, इट्स लाइक ए सेट, पुलिसमैन आर ऑल्सो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स, ठीक है, बट ये ब्यूरोक्रेट्स का भी रोल है। एंड लॉ मेकर्स, टू डू एनीथिंग एल्स वुड मीन टू डेयर। सो टू कम आउट ऑफ दिस विशियस सर्किल one has to show some daringness, and these people actually lack this daring character. They don't dare to do something to revolutionize or to reverse these things or break these cycles or come out of this vicious circle. They don't. But this boy, with this boy, लिखा है कि the writer cheers up. राइटर खुश हो जाते हैं आफ्टर नोइंग दैट दिस बॉय मुकेश हैज सम डेयर। मुकेश हैज सम डेयर, ही हैज एटलीस्ट द गॉड्स टू ड्रीम समथिंग डिफरेंट। ही हैज एटलीस्ट अ ड्रीम, अदर हैव किल्ड देयर ओन ड्रीम्स। बाकी तो ड्रीम ही खत्म है, बट दिस बॉय हैज एटलीस्ट अ ड्रीम टू डू समथिंग डिफरेंट, टू चूज ए डिफरेंट प्रोफेशन रादर देन मेकिंग बेंगल्स फॉर एवर। सो बोल रहे हैं कि आई वांट टू बी ए मोटर मैकेनिक। जब बोलता है, रिपीट्स, he will go to garage and learn, but the garage is a long way from his home. I will walk. But the problem is that the writer senses that Mukesh's dream may always remain a dream because he doesn't have a bicycle. He goes to his garage where he works on foot, and he thinks of owning a car. अभी अपने चलने के लिए साइकिल भी नहीं है। एंड द सिचुएशन देखा कि अपना घर भी नहीं है, आधा बिल्ट है, हाफ बिल्ट हाउस ही इज लिविंग इन, एंड ही इज थिंकिंग ऑफ ओनिंग ए कार। द राइटर एक्चुअली रियलाइजेस दैट इट विल नॉट बी फुलफिल्ड, बट स्टिल she is happy. She is happy that at least she has a dream. At least this boy has a dream, and he has a daring personality. And the writer closes the chapter with a comment. The boy has only seen cars hurtling on the roads. जो कार है तेजी से दौड़ते हुए कार देखा है. That's why he dreams of becoming a कार मैकेनिक और कार ओनर और एक कार ड्राइवर. बट फिरोजाबाद के ऊपर कभी प्लेन नहीं उड़ा है. अगर फिरोजाबाद के ऊपर कभी प्लेन उड़ता तो परहैप्स वो पायलट बनने का भी सोच लेता. That means his dream, Mukesh's dream, is collected from his surrounding, whatever he experienced in his life, and he has never experienced an aeroplane flying over his head. Otherwise, he might have thought or planned to become a pilot. So actually, this dream is actually never going to be fulfilled as per the perception of the writer. Only dream will remain dream, but still the writer is happy. कम से कम ड्रीम तो है. बिना ड्रीम के तुम क्या कर पाओगे. ठीक है. ताजमहल वाज बिल्ड बिफोर इट वाज एक्चुअली बिल्ड. किसी ना किसी दिमाग में तो बना ताजमहल, तभी ताजमहल बना. ऐसा नहीं है कि ममताज मर गई और बना तो ताजमहल नहीं बना. सोचा होगा, प्लानिंग होगा, कहाँ बनेगा, कैसे बनाएंगे, उसके बाद बनता है. तो सोच रहा है, सोच भी बड़ी बात है. सो दैट इज अबाउट मुकेश. मुकेश के बारे में क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. क्वेश्चन में भी आ सकता है मुकेश, एंड यू हैव टू राइट ऑल दिस थिंग्स. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट इन दिस चैप्टर इज दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चन एंड MCQs. देयर आर वेरी स्मॉलर things which you need to memorize. So go through this chapter once and ask me if you encounter any doubt. Thank you.